Hey, have you heard about the Memorandum of Understanding between the Cool Chain Association and the PPECB?
Yes, I have. It's an agreement that relates to sharing research information on pain points in the air freight trade lanes from South Africa.
That's interesting. What is the objective of the Cool Chain Association?
The objective of the Cool Chain Association is to promote the quality, efficiency, and value for the transport logistics of perishable and temperature-sensitive products by air, road, rail, and sea, including all the participants in the supply chain.
What about the PPECB? What do they do?
The PPECB is a certification body that provides training, examination, and certification services in the fields of food safety, quality management, and environmental management systems.
What are the benefits of this Memorandum of Understanding?
The Memorandum of Understanding allows both organizations to share research information relating to pain points in the air freight trade lanes from South Africa. The research trials conducted by the PPECB during these trials resulted in implementable recommendations that can help reduce food loss and waste within the perishable industry and maintain the integrity of the products within the pharma industry.
That's great news. It's good to see organizations working together to improve the industry.
Definitely. This Memorandum of Understanding is an excellent example of collaboration and how it can benefit the perishable and pharma industries.
Hey, have you heard about good agricultural practices and the classification of perishable products?
Yes, it's crucial to maintain the quality of the products and reduce food loss and waste. Good agricultural practices are essential for this.
What are some of the good agricultural practices that farmers and pack houses should follow?
Farmers should use organic fertilizers, maintain proper irrigation, and use integrated pest management. Pack houses should remove field heat from products prior to packing processes. This must be done in a manner that will prevent condensation on the product, which can result in mold growth and increase the chances of food loss and waste.
That's interesting. What about the classification of perishable products?
There are primarily two types of perishable products, namely climacteric and non-climacteric products. Climacteric products relate to an increased ethylene production and strong cellular respiration during ripening. Examples are apples, bananas, mangoes, melons, and avocados. Non-climacteric products produce little ethylene and may not ripen after harvest. Examples are table grapes, cherries, berries, and root vegetables.
Wow, I didn't know that. Why is it important to know the classification of perishable products?
It's important to know the classification of perishable products to understand their life cycle and how we can contribute to improving their shelf life. Climacteric products do not need to ripen on the tree and might ripen after being harvested. Non-climacteric products do not ripen after harvest. This knowledge can help farmers and pack houses to handle the products correctly and reduce food loss and waste.
Hi, I heard that fresh air ventilation and taint are important factors in food safety. Can you tell me more about them?
Yes, fresh air ventilation is critical for fresh produce that produces ethylene gas. High concentrations of ethylene reduce the shelf life of the product. Taint is an odor that can contaminate a product and reduce its quality.
That's interesting. How can we ensure that we maintain the right levels of fresh air ventilation?
We can use appropriate thermal materials and ensure that products that produce ethylene gas are stored separately from those that are sensitive to it. We should also avoid exposing products to any type of fumes.
What about taint? How can we prevent it from contaminating our products?
Products that easily give off taint, like onions, garlic, and ginger, should not be stored with other products. We should also ensure that food-grade containers are clean and free from any type of contamination.
That makes sense. What can we do to ensure that our containers are clean and adhere to cleanliness standards?
It is critical that companies packing the containers have processes in place to ensure adherence to cleanliness standards. This will prevent contamination and reduce food loss and waste.
Thanks for explaining that to me. I now understand the importance of fresh air ventilation and taint and food safety.
You're welcome. It's important to ensure the safety and preservation of fresh produce and other food products.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, thanks. I wanted to talk to you about the importance of proper packaging, thermal protection, and labeling for the transportation of perishable products.
Sure, what's up?
Proper carton or packaging is extremely important for the product. It not only protects the product, but the design of the packaging assists to facilitate cooling of the product.
I didn't know that. What else should I know?
Fresh fruit and vegetables must always have adequate ventilation holes to assist with even distribution of cooling through the product. Carton ventilation holes must always be visible. Damaged packaging must be replaced or repaired.
That makes sense. What about thermal protection?
Packing strategies might include specialized boxes and packing materials, and use of gel packs, thermal blankets, dry ice, and other materials. Utmost care must be taken to choose the proper packaging material that minimizes heat transfer to the product during the flight.
Wow, there's a lot to consider. What about labeling?
Labels should be used indicating the type of perishable product and the storage temperature of the product. This can be easily identified by the cold storage staff and ground handling operator to store the product at the optimum temperature.
I had no idea. This is really helpful information.
Glad to help. It's essential to ensure perishables survive the handoffs and temperature variability involved in air export. The upcoming change will require all shippers to adhere to stricter packaging, thermal protection, and labeling requirements to improve the quality of perishable products, reduce waste, and increase customer satisfaction.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about cold storage and pre-cooling of perishable products.
Sure. What's up?
I heard that it is important to store products with different temperature requirements in separate cold rooms. Is that true?
Yes, that's correct. It is best practice to store products with different temperature requirements in separate cold rooms to maintain the quality of the products.
That makes sense. What about the delivery air temperature of the cooling facility?
The delivery air temperature of the cooling facility must never be 1 degree Celsius lower than the set point. Cold storages must always aim to cool products to the target temperatures.
I see. What happens if products are left uncooled for a long duration of time?
Any delay in cooling will result in reduced shelf life of the product. Products must be cooled to the optimum product temperature as soon as possible. Should products be cooled below the optimum product temperature, this will result in cold damage.
What about storing fresh fruits and vegetables at higher temperatures?
Fresh fruit and vegetables stored at higher temperatures will result in higher respiration, increased ethylene production, and strong cellular respiration resulting in ripening of the product or result in the dehydration of the product resulting in wilting.
I didn't know that. What about air freight cargo?
Air freight cargo is more subjected to temperature and humidity changes and condensation. Free water that forms in and on the packaging material during condensation can seriously reduce carton strength and stability.
Thanks for the information. I now understand the importance of cold storage and pre-cooling of perishable products.
You're welcome. It is important to follow the best practices to ensure the quality of the products and the profitability of the organization.
Hey, did you know that refrigerated trucks must be certified?
Really? I had no idea. What does that mean?
Within Europe, trucks have an official certification number displayed on the outer side panel of the refrigerated truck. The refrigeration of the truck must run for at least 30 minutes to cool the inner panels.
That's interesting. What else do we need to know?
Visual checks must be conducted of the set point of the refrigeration unit. The refrigerated truck must always be clean, dry, and structurally sound. The refrigeration of the truck must be switched off during the loading process and immediately switched on after the loading process and the doors closed.
Wow, I had no idea there were so many requirements. Why is it so important to maintain refrigerated trucks?
Improper maintenance of refrigerated trucks can lead to a decrease in the quality and safety of perishable goods. It can also lead to financial losses for the company and damage to the reputation.
That makes sense. Thanks for letting me know. I'll make sure to follow these requirements.
No problem. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Hey, have you ever wondered how perishable products are transported by aircraft?
Yes, it's a fascinating process. But did you know that improper handling can cause temperature excursions and reduce the shelf life of the products?
I had no idea. How can we prevent this from happening?
Utmost care must be taken to have perishable products brought to the aircraft just in time for loading. This will reduce temperature excursions. The products must also be handled in a manner that the product will not be damaged.
That makes sense. What about the storage of the products during transport?
Aircrafts have compartments at different temperature ranges. The product must be stored in a compartment of the aircraft at the most suitable comprised temperature. Most of the compartments range from a temperature of 4 degrees Celsius to 29 degrees Celsius.
What about the loading zone?
Due to certain airline procedures, products may stand for up to 3 hours in the sun in the loading zone before being loaded into the aircraft. This practice, specifically in the summer, may cause an increase in temperature and results in shorter shelf life of products.
That's not good. What can we do to improve the situation?
Cargo handling and loading into non-square air freight containers and aircraft spaces are not always optimum, resulting in cartons being squashed in all directions. We need to ensure that the loading process is done correctly to avoid any damage to the products.
That there are some issues with temperature management in air freight cargo. Is that true?
Yes, that's correct. Research and trials indicate that there are constant temperature excursions within air freight cargo, which can lead to food loss and waste and reduced shelf life.
That's surprising. I thought that because of the short duration of flights, temperature management wasn't very important.
That's a common misconception. Constant temperature changes will increase the stress on the product and increase respiration, resulting in reduced shelf life. Constant changes in temperature also increase the chance of condensation on the product, therefore increasing mold growth.
Wow, that's a significant issue. Is there anything that stakeholders can do to mitigate this problem?
Yes, stakeholders can use temperature-controlled packaging, monitor the temperature during transportation, and use data loggers to track the temperature history of the product.
That's great to know. When will stakeholders start implementing these changes?
Stakeholders are already implementing these changes, but it will take time to see the full impact. We hope that by raising awareness about this issue, more stakeholders will take action to improve temperature management in air freight cargo.
Thank you for watching this video. As you may have heard, temperature management is only one aspect in maintaining product integrity and cannot be viewed in isolation. The reviewing of processes using research protocols should be conducted to identify gaps and opportunities for improvements. Through collaborative initiatives between the key role players in the value chain, much more can be accomplished to reduce product loss and waste. Innovative ideas, integration of systems, and creating transparency throughout the value chain will result in better decision-making. The CCA is looking forward to partner with your organization to assist you to overcome some of the challenges that you may be experiencing. For example, by collaborating with us, your organization can benefit from our expertise in temperature management and our network of industry partners. Together, we can identify opportunities for improvement and implement solutions that will reduce product loss and waste. We are looking forward to partnering with you. Let's work together to create a more sustainable and efficient value chain.